Hello, everyone. Today we are doing a thing where I am the friend that's, a little too woke. I'm a little too critical of things. So then it leads me down a rabbit hole. It leads me on a tirade. It leads me on a rant. And, here we are. Here we are. Today's topic is engagement baiting, something that has taken over Twitter. For those who are not aware, engagement baiting is basically you say something that you know will get people to respond. You know that will get people. It's usually something that's you know upsetting. Usually something outrageous that will get people responding like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you said this," or like coming at you with like whatever. And it's usually done by accounts with this blue check. It's disgusting. I don't know how you combat it because it's people's natural response to reply to these things, and not everyone can really gauge whether a tweet is engagement baiting or not. Like for me, I think I think I have an easier time telling just because I've seen so many at this point. But for this account here, this is the account we're talking about today because they made a tweet that was pretty insane. So and I mean, it topped the sort of normal insanity. But you have this count here, and it's an artist. He's promoting his music. He's using engagement to bring attention to his music. It's not really working, as you can tell. I mean, I guess he's got 1.9 million impressions or whatever on the tweet, but 64 replies, 60 retweets, and 280 likes. It's not a lot. Like, and this has been up for a few months. This has been up since September of last year. It's been up 6 months now, and that's all it's gotten. I don't know how many people have gone to his account. I don't know how many people have gone to his Spotify account, have listened to his actual music because of this. But 37,000 followers. They're retweeting all of the replies to their posts. They're trying to get as much engagement on their posts as possible. Club closed at 2. She get home at 4:30 a.m. What that mean? Another thing I would like to point out, this person has been using a very particular brand of engagement baiting, and it's what I would call the misogyny brand, where they hit all the highlights of misogyny in their posts so that they can bait the most like woman hating man that they can find. The most like misogynistic, I hate women. Women are the evil that destroys this world type of men. No woman can do any good. They're all liars and they're all, whatever. Like this one. I I, I don't want to really even read this one, so I'm not going to, but it's on the screen. You can read it yourself. It's very much engagement baiting based on hating women. Like that's all it is. Which brings us back to the post that has brought us here today. So we have this post. Two baby mothers come together to beat up their baby daddy's new girlfriend. She pressed charges and got their children taken away. You have the picture, you have the mugshot of the two women, supposedly. And then you have a community note. Now, why is there a community note on this random engagement tweet? Well, let's take a look. These photos are likely AI generated. Google search of the relevant keywords and reverse Google image searches yield no verified sources. Others have noted that the images include signs of likely AI generated posts. If it were real, this post would likely include a location. The most likely scenario that right now is that this person used AI to make two black women, put them up, and put a crime that they had committed and then posted it. So to make it look like two black women had beat up their baby daddy's new girlfriend. And this is also a brand of engagement baiting that um this is another brand that often crosses over with the misogyny one, which is the racism one, or more specifically, the anti black one. It's honing in on stereotypes like the absent black father, multiple baby daddies, violence, that kind of thing. It's disgusting and it's stupid. And normally these posts would take something that had actually happened and like twist it into something it wasn't. They might take like a video from a completely unrelated event and post it and then say that it was something else. But what this account has done is at least something I haven't seen before, which is just using AI to make up an entire story based entirely in racism and misogyny, and it worked. It worked because the other side of these engagement tweets is that Elon instituted that feature where if you have a blue check, you get paid for how much your interactions, your tweets get. But I'm not sure how that whole system works. I've heard various different things about it. I'm not even sure Elon knows how that system works at this point. I've heard people say that that you only get money if other blue checks interact with your post. I've heard people say that you don't get a lot of money, like you get a very small amount, like cents on the dollar kind of thing. The other side of it is that he will receive some amount of cash or money or whatever for having made this post and having gotten so many people to interact with it. There are people who think it's real, but the other side of that is that a lot of these are also engagement baiting accounts. A lot of the blue checks you see underneath viral tweets these days are either bots or engagement baiting like accounts that are also trying to get either money or they're trying to get more eyes on their account so that people will see whatever it is they're advertising, whether it be their music or a product or whatever. And it's like a disease at this point. Like it's spread all over the site and there's nothing you can really do about it. And the problem is it's hard to filter these tweets out. It's hard to like see these tweets and be like, "Oh, that's an engagement tweet," and move on. It hits that note first of this is real. This person really thinks this and I'm going to respond like this person really thinks this. And then usually after you respond and you maybe take a moment to look a little bit closer at the account, you realize it's an engagement tweet, like there was no real point in me responding and you move on, but you've still already responded. You've still boosted the tweet, you've still amplified its reach, and I think like the best way to deal with these is to just not engage with them. But that means you have to engage with them to a certain amount, even if that's just looking at the tweet and analyzing the tweet to be like, is this a real tweet? But then you also have to maybe look at the account to see if it's a real, you know, person posting or if it's a bot or if it's someone who's just trying to advertise something. And that's a lot. That's a lot for people who are just scrolling on the internet, just trying to like, take a few minutes of downtime between either their meetings or they're just trying to chill out after work. It requires more effort than it's worth for most people. And so I don't see this problem going away anytime soon. Unfortunately, I think that engagement tweets are here to stay, engagement baiting is here to stay, these accounts are here to stay. And the worst part about it is that for them, it's harmless. For them, it's just a way to make money, right? Like a lot of these people don't necessarily have any sort of ideological like conviction to these ideas. Like they might have like a little bit of like misogyny or like racism or whatever, obviously, to like even begin to like do this kind of thing, but it's just a tool that they're using to like farm engagements from people. They're farming the rage that or like the positive engagement that they get from people who do actually believe these things, from people who do actually hate black women. All these posts do is reinforce those beliefs because they're not going to spend the time to realize that this is AI. They probably see this community note and they don't even believe it. Half of them will disregard it. It doesn't matter because it reinforces their worldview. That's the danger of these posts. That's the danger of these accounts, is that maybe they don't have these beliefs, maybe they don't have these like strong like convictions about these things, but there are people who do, who will use these posts to reinforce their worldview, to reinforce their opinions, to be like, "Oh, I was right about black women. They're violent. That's what this post is saying," and and then they and then they take joy in the fact that they got their children taken away, and it didn't even happen. It's not real. But for them, it's a win. It's a, it's a mark on their board, and for them, it's just reinforcing that they're right, that they are in the right. It makes me really mad, but it also makes me really sad because I know that these have real world consequences and ramifications that real black women will suffer because of the stupid little post that this person has made to promote their music. And like like at its core, that's what I think this person wants, is just to get more eyes on their music. But instead of using their music, instead of using their own talent to do that, they're using rage baiting and they're farming clicks and stuff based on falsehoods and lies and stereotypes that should have been put down 20 years ago, but for some reason are making a fucking strong resurgence, so to speak. Not that they ever really left, but they're really gaining traction these days because of stuff like this. And it's easy to be like, oh, this post has no real effect on that kind of thing, but it does. It does. It has an effect. These things don't exist in a vacuum. These things aren't like disconnected from the world around them. Real people with real racist views and real bigoted views will see this and they will take it as at face value, and it will reinforce their opinions and reinforce their worldviews, and they will continue to think that they are correct in having those worldviews. All right, that's really all I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to hit those notes, wanted to shine a little light here. I hate that in order to do this, I have to, in a way, engage with the tweet. um, I mean, it's better to do it like this, I think, because I'm not necessarily boosting the tweet itself. There's no real way to talk about it without shining lights on these accounts, and that's the one way that you get these accounts to go away, is by ignoring them. But you can't warn people not to engage with these kinds of posts and these accounts without highlighting them and being like, this is what this kind of thing looks like. This is what you should be on the look for. We need to be more diligent about the things we interact with online, but that's going to be a hard uphill battle because for a lot of people, they go online for escapism, they go online to tune out, to turn their brain off for a bit and not have to be critical, not have to be diligent and analyze everything that comes before their eyes. They just want to take it at face value and move on. And I understand that, and it sucks that this problem, which has always been a thing, there's always been rage baiters and stuff like that, but Elon has turned it into a business. He's monetized it. He's made it so that they have some incentive to do this now, some real incentive to do this. Words have meaning, words have effect. These posts have meanings, these posts have effects. Keep that in mind next time you see an engagement account or an engagement post or some sort of rage baiting happening. Maybe if you see someone, falling for the bait, maybe give them a gentle nudge to be like, let it go. All right, everyone. Have a good day. Like the video if you enjoyed it, please. It does actually really help me. Share it. Follow me. Subscribe. I stream on Twitch sometimes. I do video game stuff. I also just do real world topics and that kind of thing. So come hang out. That's it. That's it. Follow me on Twitter. It's the same name, Sloxley. You can maybe see it on the screen there. I don't know. That's it. Might be another video for you to check out. Go see. I am currently working on a 100 baby challenge for The Sims 2. It's taking me a very long time. We're moving very slowly, but that's just how it's gonna be. Hang around if you want to see some other stuff. That's all I got to say. Have a nice day, everyone. Don't fall for the engagement bait. Okay? Don't fall for the rage bait. You're better than that. I know you are.